Action, okay. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Create Before Consume, a podcast from creators for creators. Today I have with me
Christian Del Grande.
So, I met you on a party, I think I think it was Chihu, but what it's like to party or whatever. And that is like a couple months ago. Like, it was like a weird mention party, and you were there all in black, and I think it was the birthday of somebody. I don't know. But I was there with my camera, and I saw you had to set up.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember, but that's how I was like, oh, he has a camera, so he must be doing some cool stuff, you know? So I basically followed you on Instagram, and I'm like, oh, he's doing the vlogs, and he's like basically doing the YouTube stuff that I like. So I'm like, okay, gotta follow that, gotta check it out. And since then I kind of followed you, and you did some crazy vlogs. So I'm like, that's where I'm like, oh, this is cool. I wanna, learn more about you.
Right on. Yeah, I don't remember what I remember I met you at some kind of party.
Yeah, I forgot.
I can't remember what it was.
I forgot the name of the girl. I was not there for the girl, but basically Chihu hired me to do like a little promo video, and I'm just like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Everybody's drunk, and I'm like, okay, now I'm there.
Usual shenanigans.
Yeah, like a bunch of shenanigans. But so that's how I met you. What you do, creatively, just explain what you do.
What do I do? Well, I mean, I'm an entrepreneur and filmmaker. Made my own studio business, shooting real estate, weddings, whatever. That's where I make most of my income right now. And then actually how I got into it was YouTube is what inspired me to get into filmmaking. So growing up, I watched like Casey Neistat, Justin Escalona, Arlen Moore. Those are like a bunch of big inspirations for me. So I always watched them growing up, and I, figured, at the time my friends were all about to get into like gaming, like streaming, and I was like, I'm not really good at video games. I suck at Call of Duty. So I was like, I'll just be a vlogger. I'll do that. I can do that. So from there, just been doing it for like 4 years now.
Yeah. Have you ever tried streaming though?
Yes. I'm starting to get into FPV.
Yeah.
I tried streaming FPV.
I saw that you bought, what did you buy? The DJI pack or whatever it was, with the DJI goggles, I think. I don't know. How is it?
It's sick. I mean, I have like a normal like rig that you would build. Yeah. It's not the DJI one, but I do have the goggles so you can actually see instead of analogs. It's more digital, because I couldn't imagine trying to fly that thing analog. It's like scratchy and stuff, but yeah.
So did you build your drone yourself?
I did not. I bought my drone. Yeah. And I bought all the pieces. So I don't know how to solder anything yet. I mean, that's down the road.
Hopefully not, because that means it breaks.
Yeah, but if you're not breaking it, you're not flying it,
True that. Did you already have like one of your worst crashes yet, or you got anything like that?
Yeah. So the first week I had like just a couple batteries. One of my homies who's like teaching me everything. Shout out to Soli FPV. He's the man. Shout out to Soli FPV. He's teaching me everything. But I was out in my backyard with my brother, and I was like, I'm gonna fly it.
Yeah.
Dumbest decision ever. I'm in a neighborhood, and I'm flying this thing around, and I guess I didn't have the latency set up properly, so I'm up in the air, and my goggles froze, and I was like, oh shit. Oh shit.
You're flying blind.
Yeah, and then you just hear clap. I was like, oh shit. So then I'm running around to find it, and luckily it just crashed in someone's driveway. It didn't hit a car or anything, so I was like, wow, okay. Lesson learned, never flying into my neighborhood again.
Yeah, I only have like one of those cheap drones, that you can buy at Walmart, and that was like before when Casey Neistat came out, like back in the day, basically. I'm just like, I want to have a cheap drone and just fly around and just have fun, like indoors. Yeah. So I flew with a drone indoors. Have you tried that with yours, or is it a bigger drone?
I have not flown indoors, no.
Yeah.
The FPV one I have is like a 7-inch or 5-inch, something like that. Okay. And then the other drones I have is like the DJI. I got the Air 2S.
Okay, so that is that's like one of the things where you're probably now very curious about, like the FPV drone thing. Have you done some video already with that, or
not yet? No, it took me like a year, because I I kind of spread myself too thin sometimes. So like I'm all over doing everything. So like getting into it, you have to buy so much stuff to get really into it. Like all the batteries, because you think about it, one battery is like 5 minutes of flight time. So.
How much runs your battery though? Now I'm kind of curious. Like
how much a battery?
Yeah,
about 25, 30 bucks.
That's not bad.
It's not horrible.
Yeah, but it adds up if you have like 5, 6, 7 batteries and you don't want to fly for a long time. Yeah. You have any like favorite places where you fly here?
Favorite places to fly here? I mean, Tampa's always cool to see. Go to Clearwater Beach during sunset.
So nothing specific. Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of inspired me to reach out was like it was the vlog where you did the weekend, you know. I saw some of your stories. Obviously, I think you're a fan of the weekend, kind of, sort of, you would say.
Massive fan and big inspiration for sure.
Yeah, and then I saw that video that you made, and you basically covered, I think it's Blinded by the Lights.
Blinding Lights, yeah.
Yeah, or Blinded Lights. I'm like, damn, he went out like, there's a one shot with the goggles where you look up in Vegas. I was like, that dude went all out, and I'm like, boy.
Yeah, I mean, Blinding Lights, I mean, that whole album, After Hours, was huge inspiration. I went through a lot through 2020. I mean, a lot of people went through a lot. I mean, I went through a breakup, then the whole pandemic thing happened. So, like, I've always kind of gravitated towards the Weeknd's music. And, like, that album specifically really, like, inspired me. So, like, when I had the opportunity to go to Vegas with my friends, I was like, this is perfect. I could actually, like, you know, kind of live that fantasy of like the After Hours and the thing. So I just kind of made my own version of it.
So my thing now is like, how did you prepare it? Was it like kind of spontaneous thing? Like let's say the boys were all, like, let's go to Vegas, you know, and you're like, wait a minute, I could do this.
So most of it's spontaneous. Like the only thing I really planned out was like those initial clips of me like going to downtown to shoot that, because I actually had to take an Uber myself. My boys, they went out to go to a club, and I was like, you know, I need to get these shots. I need to do this.
Bucket list stuff.
Yeah, so I was like, all right, I'll meet up with you guys later. I went Uber down, so I shot all that by myself. I just kind of stuck my camera in spots and pulled it up and everything. Yeah.
No, I think like it's underappreciated on YouTube. But what do you think about like the competitors like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that? Because like now you can post their reels and they just like they get more views, you know, and on YouTube it's kind of hard to get the ball rolling. What do you think about the competitors from YouTube and sharing your content there?
I mean, I try to put it everywhere.
Yeah.
So I just started getting more into reels on Instagram. I haven't really explored much on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm actually starting to see like videos of people like blowing up like hundreds of thousands of subscribers after posting a couple of like the shorts or whatever. So I might try to start exploring that. Figure, you know, the more you post, like Gary Vee, he's always like content, just post everywhere, and you know, hopefully, you know, something good happens. So that's where I'm kind of at with that. Yeah,
so just experimenting and stuff like that. Is there? So do you have like another like dream video or like something like that, like the Weeknd one that you did, or is it just like your whole content strategy kind of? So it's like I go with the flow. If there's like a cool event going on, I just do it.
I mean, I'm just definitely starting to get more creative with it. I almost kind of like think of myself as like an actor now. Yeah. So like I'll act in my videos. Like I'm probably gonna release this Las Vegas video finally just to close out the series, and I acted out like this whole like when I got home I actually ended up in the hospital.
What? What happened? Just like injuries wise. You don't have to spoil anything.
I mean, it was just growing up, like I've always kind of had like anxiety attacks, panic attacks, stuff like that. And I think after like traveling and 8 hours of travel, I've never had it so bad where I passed out like that before. So I just passed out and I woke up in the hospital. So I don't know exactly. Yeah. It's just.
Well, I actually woke up in the hospital and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
Sorry also for this. Like, we never really met or talked. So this makes it a little bit more awkward. But thanks for actually coming out and being like, hey, let's be on this. Because I know it's like kind of weird to collab with like people over the internet. You know what I mean? Not for you.
I'm not awkward at all.
I'm awkward. I'm not gonna lie.
Calm down, man. All good.
Trying. You know, you're the first guest that don't really met. Most of the people I already shot with like a couple videos or did other stuff or partied, you know, so it's like, But besides that, any plans like video related besides like editing the video?
Well, I mean, The Weeknd just released their new album, The Dawn.
Yeah, what's the favorite song so far?
Out of Time.
Out of Time.
That was fire.
I was like trying to listen yesterday to a couple. I already forgot the names, but I was like, okay, let's check in on your channel, see what you're doing, and if I maybe missed something, then I'm obviously, oh yeah, the guy came out with a new album. It's kind of weird that he always does something with his face and identity. You know what I mean?
It's awesome. I love it. He's so creative. Like,
I mean, like, of course, but I'm just like, in the beginning, I was like, did the guy, like, there was one music video where he had like really inflated face, or you know, I'm just like, is that real? Did he went off of the back end? And then I was confused.
No, that's what I like about him so much, because like his music, and then the way he tells these stories and almost creates these like universes. It's really cool. So I mean, if you go through the album, it almost tells a story of like everything. So I get captivated by that. That's what I really like about it. So
so on the flip side though, what are things that hold you back? Like, let's say you don't know how to come up with a video or whatever, stuff like that. What are like creative blocks for you? Do you have any, or you have the solutions already for them and you know how to deal with them?
I mean, I would say probably just being productive editing. That's probably the toughest part of what I do. Filming, easy. That's the easy part, because you're out there having fun, but like sitting down and like putting it all together is where it gets. But as far as like overcoming that stuff, like I'm pretty huge in the whole self-development scene. So like meditation in the morning, and then focusing on like what your priorities are for the day. I think that really helps out. That way you could really
like a positive mindset and everything. That's a big one. Like, it's kind of tough for me. Like, my upbringing is kind of weird because like lived in Germany, moved here, so that's why the weird accent.
Do sound German.
Do sound German.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Wiener Schnitzel. So that's like the thing. What I have to untrain, like the bad upbringing and like all the issues to become successful, because like mindset is a big one.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, do you have like any tips like for stuff like that, or for people, like courses, anything? I don't know.
Yeah, just get into self-development. Start reading books.
Favorite book?
Favorite book. Oh man,
putting it on.
Oh, Think and Grow Rich is a good one. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a good one. Let me look.
Oh, we got the book list there.
Yeah. Oh, my Audible. It really depends on what you're looking for. Self-development wise, I'd say Eckhart Tolle's a really good one to listen to. But I mean, just learning to be present in the moment, because all you really have is the present. You know what I mean? And taking action is where you start. You get in that rhythm, you start snowballing. So.
No, I like that. It's kind of weird nowadays because everybody's like, you go to a concert, everybody's with a phone. It's just like,
they're not in the moment.
Yeah, it's weird. But I mean, like, it's like living in 2022. It's a weird thing. So what is your outlook for the future like right now? You feeling positive, negative, 2022, or you got some major plans? I don't know.
Positive. I mean, only way we can go up is up. So, I mean, the dream is really to get the YouTube channel to be something. I really want like the Grande world itself to be like something big. Like, people from Tampa go, "Oh, I watched the Grande world."
Yeah, So that's like one of the things where I'm like, it's not appreciated enough. I'm just like, I saw the video, like the Blind Lights, for example. That's like my prime example, I would say. Then you did the one where we won the Super Bowl. Was it the Super Bowl? I'm bad with sports. And you went out partying. I'm like, yeah, he's on all the major events, and then like there goes a lot of work into it. And it's just like, it should blow up like crazy.
It's frustrating because I see these other people on YouTube, like these middle-aged dads or whatever, posting whatever on the beach, and it's got like hundreds of thousands of views, and I'm just like, what am I doing wrong sometimes?
Yeah. I mean, there's one thing, like, I do like mainly like reviews. So what I did in the past, I tried vlogging, and then I had the same issue like you, because if you do a vlog, nobody goes onto YouTube, types in like how to whatever. It's like, no, you kind of have to be revolved around gear. What is also like kind of bad, because then you just do gear videos.
That's what I'm learning. Vlogging, you'll never get found. You almost need to create some kind of
side project.
Yeah, that gets the initial, like, because you got to provide some sort of value to the viewer, whether it's entertainment or knowledge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just trying to work out that, kind of like figure out what grabs people's attention. Yeah,
so on that note, how do you deal with like that obviously sometimes you post random crap and it just blows up like that? That's what I had, and I'm like, it makes no sense. I filmed like an ant on a table and I poked it with a screwdriver. 80,000 views.
How many?
80,000 views, and I get every 500 views a month just from that one video. And it's just like, oh yeah, this is an ant sleeping on my table. I poked it and it walked away.
How long was the video?
15 seconds.
Oh my god, that's funny.
And then there's like videos where you're like, okay, I got a product deal or whatever going on, or I did a review. I put like 20 hours in. Nothing, you know?
Yeah.
You see what I mean? It's like YouTube is kind of annoying.
Yeah, there's one guy that I've actually been watching a lot recently. Let me pull up Nicholas Crystal or something like that. He's just recently blown up like big, like he's grown massively. Like Sam Colder's reaching out to him now, getting crazy ass sponsorship deals.
Yeah, so what are your favorite YouTubers besides that one guy? I'm kind of curious about that because you already mentioned Casey Neistat, and Casey's like one of the big people. You know, everybody.
It's one of the OGs, man.
Yeah,
it's one of the OGs. I mean, as far as like my favorite, like growing up, I mean, Justin Escalona was a huge one for me. You've never seen him?
I maybe have, and I forgot the name, you know?
Filipino Asian kid. He went to college at USC or something like that. He was in the film. He was always around cool things. I think that's where I missed out the boat, because it's like I'm watching those people, and the people I watched, they made videos in college. So college is that thing that people will search where they found. So like Arlen Moore, for example, he's another one I watched that's similar to Justin. And he went to Boston University.
Yeah.
But he does all the self-development stuff too. That's where his main thing is. I feel like the self-development is almost like the avenue I need to take, like almost teaching people like...
Yeah, I feel like when I saw like your other videos, like you hang out with like a lot of like influential people, you could say, you know, and like there's a lot of value you can take from that, you know, and just like package it in a video like, hey, top tips, whatever. I don't know. Just throw a thing in together, like in the video, like do like vlogging plus whatever. But I think you already did that with that mention that you did the last video where you had you went with your boys to the mention, and it was like really expensive mention, blah blah blah, and you talked about it, and everybody did something cool kinda, and you explained what they did and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, networking's key.
Yeah,
I mean, you meet the right people, you get in the right places. That's why you always got to be out and about, you know, meeting people as much as you can, whatever you can provide value. I mean, these guys that I actually met the one kid at Tony Robbins' event. And
I feel like always weird, you know, on the one side you hear self-development, and then you have that like, oh, this is just a money grab, they just want your money so they can sell, you know, that's what the average person says, what is like kind of broken mindset, you know what I mean? But it's like for networking, yes, there's people who want to improve themselves, you know, and obviously you met connections there, so that was very beneficial, I assume then.
Yeah, I mean, even the event itself, I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, he teaches you like, you know, because I mean, mindset is everything. Being happy is a mindset. Yeah. You know, building these programs to give you financial freedom to live that life you want to do. I mean, it's all there. And a lot of these guys just kind of regurgitate the same shit. So.
Yeah, so that's why it's like weird. Like on the one side, you want to be on YouTube, you know, and watch like the 10-minute summary, and then it's like you didn't really spend the time or put the time in to work on that. You know what I mean? So is there like anything that they tell you to do, like homework wise?
Yeah, I mean, morning routines, everything. I'm talking like if meditation is key. Like if you can't sit there and stare at the back of your eyelids for 20 minutes, then how are you going to be, you know, a good person to anybody? If you can't sit with your own self, be content being by yourself and doing what you need to do, then I mean, who wants to hang out with a person like that, you know?
True that. Here's to that. Yeah. Okay, so meditation is a big one for you. And do you have any other routines that you would like recommend, like let's say for a viewer? Like what would be a game changer besides meditation? Or
taking care of yourself, working out, releasing endorphins, eating better, just don't eat like shit.
Yeah, that is I'm a little fatty. I'm trying to do my sports and everything, but
you got a dad bod going. You're not too fat yet.
Not yet. But on the flip side, do you have like how you think about gear? Because I think you shoot Sony, or so you have the A7S free. You think like you should overcomplicate things or just do like fast work pace? What is your mentality around gear?
Around gear?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, once you kind of jump into one and start buying lenses, you're kind of stuck in one.
Yeah, true.
I've always stuck towards Sony because it's more videography wise. Like shoots great in low light, higher frame rate, do all that fun stuff. But like my first Sony camera I bought was the A7S II.
Okay.
So I had that for a while before jumping to the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the 3. The 3 is insane. It's just, it kills. So, I mean, as far as I kind of just stick with the same gears as right now. So A7S III, I shoot with the 16 to 35 G Master.
Nice.
Yeah.
Real lenses.
Yeah. That shit's bitching.
Yeah. How you deal with there's like you said, the editing part. It always takes forever. You know what I mean? And it's just like you have like a routine for that, or you just like when you have time, feel like it, whatever. I don't know, or you have tips for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for editing, I mean, I work for myself, so I make my own schedule.
Yeah.
And then the only pressure I would say is like trying to be consistent and uploading on YouTube. So that's probably where the pressure comes to like edit more. But like sometimes you just kind of sit there and you're looking at like hours of footage and you're just like, shit. So, I mean, usually what helps is like when I get inspired by a project. That's why you'll see a lot of burnout, like people who do weddings and stuff, because it gets bland after a while. That's why you kind of have to have somewhat of a creative outlet, because then you're more passionate behind it. And that'll give you more of the energy to like, okay, I want to make this so I can show my friends this, and it'll be a cool experience for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the cool part about like when you do a vlog, for example, you look back onto this, like let's say 2 years later, and you're just like, wait a minute, I did this. This was cool, you know? It's just like a weird memory feeling because people don't appreciate that, but you get that feeling, and it's just like, yeah, that was worth it, even though whatever, you know?
I got 4 years of my life on the internet, so I look back and I'm just like, God damn, what was I doing?
Yeah, so how's that? Let's say you got the kiddos coming like whenever in like 10 years, 5 years, whatever, or already have, I don't know, but they see that stuff.
I can't wait to show my kids that stuff. I think it's gonna be funny. Like, this is what I was doing out there.
Step up your game.
Yeah, right.
I like that. Yeah. So that's the cool part about the whole capturing and creating, because like on the one side, people are like, no, I want to be in the moment and don't create, you know? And I think that's like one of the big key things you can capture and create at the same time. And then you build memories. Because there's like, you will forget some things, and I forgot stuff I did and saw them. I'm like, oh, that was nice.
I forgot what I did last week.
Well, you got me, apparently.
Yeah.
You said a little teaser, like what was surrounding the whole thing, or you passed out and everything is gone, kind of.
What do you mean?
Yeah, you said last week you were in a hospital.
Oh, it wasn't last week. That was like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago.
Oh, gotcha.
I mean, when I woke up, it took me 20, 30 minutes to like figure out like what was going on. Because I'm like this, and then there's some big EMT dude, and he's asking me questions, and I'm just like, I don't know what happened or where am I or what's going on. It took me 20 minutes, and I was like, damn. Then the memory came back of like everything that happened. Like,
should I even say anything?
Yeah, well, it was fine. I mean, I just never experienced like an anxiety attack that intense where I'm just knocked out. Yeah. Because like what happened was, I mean, when it happens, sometimes I'll like find someone that I'm close with and I'll just like hug on to them. Yeah. Just wait for the pass. Because usually, it lasts maybe like a minute or two, and then just deep breaths and it goes away. Yeah. But as soon as I grabbed onto my brother, everything just went black, and I just woke up in the hospital. I was like, damn. Yeah, it was an interesting experience. I kind of think that's like what death's like. You think so? Okay. It just went. That was getting essential. Yeah, it just went. Death is just an anxiety attack. I was just floating in limbo, man. I don't know. Maybe it's like that. I don't know. I don't want to figure out yet. I still got plenty of years before that happens. Yeah. Knock on wood. So how did you? So talking about death now, how did you went through the whole COVID shenanigans? You know what I mean? It's like when I tried to be full-time freelance videographer, that was my excursion, was a server, and then COVID hit, and COVID did not really hit yet, but I had a gig at the Renaissance Fair, taking photos on the Renaissance Fair, and I'm like, okay, I can do this freelance stuff, I have enough clients, blah, 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 and then the same month, COVID hit, everything shut down. What is your story? Well, if you have one there, and that COVID's bullshit. Honestly, I stayed pretty busy during it because real estate kept going.
Yeah.
I was still shooting a lot of houses.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean,
so it did not really impact you, and you're just like, okay, this is just a party bummer or bummer.
Yeah, I mean, it just, if anything, it just kind of shut down my social life a bit. I just stayed home more, you know, then I was just running more and just kind of sitting in my backyard, smoking weed more.
You gotta do what you gotta do. It's a hard life out there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch the news, so like, what you let into your head, I mean, what you think about, I mean, where focus goes, energy flows.
Exactly.
So you want to, I mean, I tell people, don't watch the news. If it's important, you'll find out. Whatever social network, friends, or if you see some paper in the whatever. Because, I mean, all they're doing is scare tactics. I mean, for something that's just kind of like...
Yeah, so here's the thing. Like, I think it was like a year ago or something like that, before COVID, or while COVID, I don't know, watched CNN, and they talked about a major snowstorm in New York. And I'm like, okay, they are like, this will be the snowstorm of the century, whatever. You know, I'm like, okay, this is kind of, you know, messed up. It didn't even snow in fucking New York.
Really?
So I'm just like, since then I couldn't believe them anymore. You know, it's like one of those weird things. Weather by itself, you know, and then when they like, oh yeah, no, you gotta watch yourself. You know, it's just, and obviously it's important to know certain things, but I'm like, okay, this is kind of just like, you know, they just want to watch the news, so watch it, and it's not good.
It's all propaganda.
Yeah, but yeah. So what do you consume though, like to keep your mind like flown in a positive way?
Whatever YouTubers I watch.
Maybe, I don't know, like you have like maybe a meditation guide or something, or like maybe like, I don't know, motivational videos, stuff like that. I don't know, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I come across stuff on YouTube all the time I watch. I was going to say something else too, and totally just slipped my mind.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Struggle's real.
It'll come back to me. What was the question again? Motivation?
Yeah, no, like what you consume to be in a good state, you know, like music wise, YouTube, whatever. I don't know, and stuff like that, you know, because we were talking about like CNN and or like news in general. It doesn't have to be CNN.
I listen to a lot of books on Audible. Stay away from the news. I talk with my friends and stuff, and whatever I see on social media. So I'm on Instagram a lot. Yeah, that Instagram, YouTube, or you know, Netflix or something. Netflix, watch a couple movies.
You gotta have like a favorite show, for example, or
Entourage.
Which one?
Entourage, just an old HBO series.
Oh, okay.
It's about Vincent Chase. He's becomes a big Hollywood movie star.
Okay.
And it's about his entourage and his come up in, you know, becoming a movie star. So it's kind of it's inspiring to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like kind of one of those things where I'm like, you do video and then you have to be a connoisseur of the movies, you know, because everybody's like, what is your favorite movie? What is your favorite, content kind of sort of thing? And it's just like, gotta check that one out then.
Favorite movie? Probably Batman with Christian Bale.
Batman? In my head, it's the Joker. I like those extreme movies where it's like, oh, really twisted, you know, plot twist. And you're just like, oh, now I'm feeling for the bad guy, you know? And it's just like, makes you feel weird.
It makes sense why they're being like this now.
Bad, yeah. It's just like, what a conundrum.
Yeah, it was like the Spider-Man movie when they... Yeah. You see the new one with the...
I have not yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, most of those guys are controlled by something like... I forget the octopus dude's name.
I'm bad with names too. Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't want to say people's names. I mean,
it was his tentacles things that was controlling his mind. That's why he was doing bad things. Same thing with the Green Goblin. I mean, he was just a psycho in his head. But eventually, you know, they fixed them. They fixed all of them. They're all happy, good people now. Okay. Yeah, that's like a weird thing because they don't want them to relate to them, kind of, sort of. It's a weird thing. What was my other favorite movie? There was like Low Life. You gotta watch Low Life. Low Life?
Yeah, it's like so underrated. It's about like a Mexican dude who you know those wrestlers with those face masks, really twisted, really weird, really over the top, like the Joker, that type of level, just like weird. When you watch it, you're in for a ride. Just keep that in mind. Like Low Life.
What's it on? Any streaming
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yeah, okay. Amazon, Netflix. I think I'm not sure, but it's a really good movie, and you wouldn't expect it. But it's kind of weird in the first 20 minutes, and then you're just like, oh. Yeah, but anyhow.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. You have like creator friends, for example, where you're like, okay, this guy inspires me and
I mean, working in the business, I mean, no one really does YouTube around me, which I think is kind of sucks because you don't really have a bunch of people to collaborate with in that sense. But as far as like, I mean, I think you know Joe. Joe, I think you know Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, I hang out with him a lot. Like, like we have like grill days, hot dog days there, and but he doesn't post like a lot. So it's like he doesn't upload on YouTube, but his photography is amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I
like
know what he does.
Yeah, it's like it's bonkers. But I'm like, it's like the storytelling, but it's not like what I want to do. You know, it's like you kind of have to find. I had like already like some YouTube friends where I'm like, okay, I hang out with them, create content with them. Most of them moved away, like Adam Barefoot Media moved to Raleigh, then I have Jonathan moved away. Everybody's moving away from Florida. I'm just like, what's wrong with Florida?
Honestly, everyone's moving to Florida.
Yeah, kind of at the same time, but you know what I mean?
All the creatives are leaving, huh?
Yeah. It's too expensive? I don't know.
The group I have now is amazing. They're very, you know, open characters, I would say. Like, I look at people as like characters, like their personality, how they act and everything. Yeah, they're all great people, funny, very supportive. Like, they think I'm like the next freaking or fucking, I don't know, next James Cameron or something. I don't know.
Hell yeah, that's making.
I mean, but it's good. The support's nice. They always everyone likes seeing themselves on camera most of the time, unless it's someone that's like not a camera person.
Yeah, that's like the thing. Like, you have to be open to their own flaws. You know, there are some people like, oh, my hair is not tied like the right way, and they're just like, don't film me.
I like it because I could see myself and see what I don't like about myself, so I could fix those things.
True.
Like how I look on camera. Okay, I need to do that better or something.
Yeah, let's move this podcast, for example. It's really weird for me because like I'm foreign and I'm like, I have the tendency to interrupt people. So I'm trying right now to not interrupt you or tell you my stories. And it's really tough for me. So I'm like learning through this medium, like how to talk, how to communicate in a way where I'm like, oh, I should be more quiet and listen more, you know? So it's like,
I feel you. I mean, I listen more than I talk.
Yeah. That's a problem for me. I need to learn that.
Yeah. I like to stay somewhat mysterious.
Yeah. But yeah, back to your like friends. You have like a creator YouTube friend or not at all?
I mean, other than the guys that I'm shooting with, I mean, they don't make their own content. Well, they kind of make their own content. Like Simon, he's a massive trader, but he does like trading content. He no one really does like vlogging or like any of that kind of sense. But I mean, if I go out with a camera, they'll do stupid shit on the camera, you know, because they like to be on the camera.
That's dope. Yeah, that kind of derailed me now a little bit because I was like, oh yeah, show some love to the friends, you know, but you already did.
Big fan of the homies, people that support me.
Got the homies.
Yeah. Joe Stiber Consulting.
Yeah. So, do you have like sorry, I'm like,
oh, you're good, bro.
Yeah. Have you experimented with TikTok? Like stuff like that? Because that's like kind of like...
I should more than I do. I'd say like Reels is where I've been seeing most. Yeah. But like, because I'll just take the same Reel I make and just throw it on TikTok. Yeah. I just don't see the same reciprocation on each. I should hit TikTok way harder than I do. I should be doing a lot more things that I'm not doing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We all.
Yeah, so it's like... I mean, acknowledge it. So when I acknowledge it, I could take a change and make action towards it. So I definitely want to start targeting TikTok more, Reels more, because that's what's getting the most organic reach out of everything I've seen. Yeah. But TikTok is definitely, I mean, I called it. People were making fun of it when it came out because originally it was Musical.ly before TikTok made it TikTok, and I was watching TikToks on it. And I was like, this is literally Vine. Yeah. Redone. They brought back Vine from the grave. And I'm like, this is going to be massive. And then next thing you know, 6 months later, 7 months later, it's fucking the biggest social media platform out right now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, I should have took advantage of it when I called it.
Signed up with TikTok before last year, September. Because there's a lawsuit and they're paying people out. I kind of claimed my stake and they're paying out $90 million.
For what? What happened?
I have privacy shenanigans. And I basically signed up and I'm like, oh, so I get money because I signed up with TikTok and they just settled it, you know, and they split it besides everybody who's like, you know.
China taking our information?
Yeah, so basically for that they have to pay $90 million and split it like in between, I don't know. But so I think it's till January 13th, so you still can claim a part of the $90 million and I'm just like,
I'm gonna have to check that out too.
I don't know if I'm like off the app afterwards, but
Yeah, buy some more camera gear.
yeah, free money. Take that.
That's how I was with the what were those checks they gave out during the pandemic.
Oh, what did you blow it on? Did you?
I bought a new drone with it.
Yeah, you saw that meme of like the Bitcoin shenanigans. Oh, if you would have bought $1,000 Ethereum, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, whatever, you know, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
oh,
That would have been nice too. Would have like fucking quadrupled my net worth.
yeah. So that's like one of the things where I'm like, oh, yeah, we bought a fence, so it was pretty cool. We have no fence.
You bought a fence?
Yeah, owning a home is nice.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah, you have to buy everything, repair everything. You spend time where you don't want to spend time.
That's like one of my biggest dreams. I'm almost 25 now. I still live at home. So like,
No, this is like saving that money. You know, you can buy now all the crypto from that, and you're like,
right now, I don't think it's a good time to buy. I mean, it's been crashing down. I'd wait till it hits a support line or something.
true that.
One of my buddies was putting like $100,000 into crypto every day. I was like, yo. And then one day I just saw he's like, he put me screenshot. He lost like 100,000. He's like, guys, I'm getting fucked right now.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be back though.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, it's like the new things like social media, crypto, NFTs, all that shenanigans. There's like that one wave, you know, and the early adapters, then everybody jumps on it, and then the late adapters. And it's just like I'm trying to be there, but I'm obviously not like on the front end. I'm like somewhere on the top endish. I don't know, like how you try to stay above the curve. You know what I mean?
So you definitely got to do your own research to stay ahead of the curve. Because if it's in the media and people are talking about it, that's when you missed the boat.
Yeah.
Because now it's already, you know, it's shooting up. Everyone's talking about it. So you missed the boat. You got to get in before all that happens.
Yeah, true.
You can ride the wave. But yeah, I mean, just go on whatever websites, follow whatever crypto YouTubers, and like, get in
Not
this right
financial
now.
advice.
Yeah. Not financial advice.
Yeah, that's like one of those things. Do you have planned to do like different content on that note? Because like there's always those trends, how you deal with trends and trying new things out on like YouTube, the streaming, all that stuff. Or you just like kind of, I just want to do vlogs kind of.
No, I definitely want to be more creative.
Yeah.
Like I said, I think self-development is probably the best route. Like how to do this, how to do that. It's more searchable.
Yeah.
Get my name out there. And then, you know, once you kind of build that initial fan base, they kind of follow you to whatever you do next.
That's kind of weird nowadays though. You know, like you can't have like let's say subscribers or whatever, but the views are down, you know, and it doesn't really matter anymore. So it seems like YouTube and all the other social medias don't even care. If you have a following and it's just like, oh, did that video well? If yes, then we promote it to everybody else. And if that and the subscribers, followers, whatever, and if not, no, we don't. It's just like, but what do I have them? You know what I mean?
Gotta love the almighty algorithm.
Yeah, gotta tease them, or no, please them. I mean,
Tease them and please them.
tease them and please them. Yeah. So on that note, so you said you streamed. Or
occasionally here and there. I mean, I don't really like go into it hard. I haven't streamed in like probably 4 or 5 months or something. But
I played some Apex Legends and stuff like that with the girl. You know, like sometimes we have like our date night. It's like gaming together. What you enjoy. You know, it's like kind of like rare that you can game with your girl. I kind of enjoyed it. It's bonding. You know, bonding experience. You know,
use her, bro. Put her in the thumbnail.
Put her in the thumbnail.
People like
Call of Duty, everything.
Yeah. Tell her wear a nice top.
Yeah, that's like a weird part. You know, like on the one side you would say like social media is like a great disadvantage for men, you know? Like it seems like, you know, you go on TikTok, there's those cute girls dancing and all you're doing is like ooh-hoo.
Sex sells.
True that.
That's why these girls are making bands on OnlyFans.
Any OnlyFans you support right now, give a shout out.
No, I don't pay for that stuff.
Yeah, me neither. That is like not worth it.
Yeah, I get it for free.
Yeah, free is best. Free real estate.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Oh, any projects like are you invested in crypto, metaverse, whatever shenanigans, or any side projects that you have besides?
I mean, I got some money in Bitcoin.
Okay.
Not a whole lot.
Not really investor-ish right now, but kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I play with stocks here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just everything's fucking down right now, so I just kind of watch it right now.
What are you using? Robinhood or
I use Weeble.
Weeble? Good, good. I did not jump the ship when everybody said jump the ship from Robinhood, as I should, but I'm like too lazy for that.
I remember when that whole thing went down. That was a mess.
It was a mess. I'm like, okay, I feel betrayed, but I'm like too lazy to switch.
It fucked the majority, man.
Yeah, but I'm like, yeah, this is. I don't even know if I should play the game because it seems like it's like, you know, like the deck is rigged, you know, like against you because like, oh, politicians know where to invest first, and then.
Did you see like they started leaking like Nancy Pelosi's like stocks or something?
Yeah. So there's like sites where you can follow like famous people for like the trading things. I'm like, do I have to do this? Is that like financial viable? Maybe.
I mean, they got more money, so they're putting way more into it. So
yeah, true that.
But I mean, anything could go. Just fucking stocks are just, you know.
Yeah, so that's where I'm like kind of like experimenting a little bit, but yeah. Have you tried like 360 metaverse stuff like with not at all?
I see you doing it all the time though.
I not all the time. I want to do it.
It's right there, isn't it?
What?
This is the 360 camera right here.
Where? Oh yeah.
Right here.
Actually, we can also take a
360
selfie. Are you down for a selfie?
Of course.
Cool. Because I what I don't do is like I'm doing photos with that thing because I paid for it. Don't use it. I saw you did some real estate 360.
Oh, the Matterport.
Yeah. Have you tried it with like your Sony?
What do you mean?
You can do like 360 photography with your Sony. Yeah.
I've never tried it.
If you have big lens, you can. Or you can use one of those and then you stitch the photos together with PT GUI and then you don't have to have a Matterport.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. I had one gig where I did like old folks home and I had to cover like 3 or 4 rooms and I did like some room tours with it and I was like, oh, but with this it's like better. So free.
Just take a picture.
Well, I don't know.
I don't know if I just
that thing.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. I don't even know if it uses. So you have any like local artists that you follow and that you admire? You know, like
and the creatives, like music wise, I have one boy. His name's Chris Cap.
Chris Cap.
Yeah. Bang, and he just dropped. He hasn't dropped it yet, but he actually is the one that made my intro song. That's my intro. He's my boy. So
another one. Gotta check out his. So promote yourself first, so I can say that they have to check it out.
Okay, my name's Grande, YouTuber. Huh?
It's a Grand World, whatever.
It's a Grand World. Yeah. So I mean, my series is called The Grand World. It's play off my last name. My last name's Del Grande. Grand World.
Yeah. It's a dope intro. I'm like,
you like it?
Yeah, no, it kind of makes
catchy.
It's catchy, and it has that like it's kind of lo-fi, deep, but still moody and everything. And it's just like I kind of vibe with that.
Yeah,
you know?
It's funny because like people hear it now and they'll start. It's a Grand World. And I'm like, yes, it's catching.
Got him.
Yeah, so it's catching people. So I'm like, worked out well. I used to use like can't remember the old intro song I used, but copyright issues.
Yeah, no. So here's the thing though. I was like thinking about like after hearing yours, and then I saw a hack on YouTube where you can force monetization with copyrights.
Oh, really?
So you kind of basically license the song if you own the rights, of course. So you cannot just like random song license it, and then you can force the monetization, and then you basically get every video you post is copyright thing, but you do own all of it, so they have to pay you even if they want it or not. Now they're running anyways ads, so I was like, okay, I want to spend like $300-400 on like a 10-second 50-second piece and then monetize it with like, I think it's called Crybaby is a label where you can just like upload stuff and monetize then it's like a label and you can just upload stuff and then they make sure you get your monies, and because they want their monies too, so you share them with them. And that's then a forced monetization because copyright is like it's like real estate, it seems. And
I kind of just gave up on that because I feel like I have less creative control because there's like so many great songs that are copyrighted. I mean, I use Epidemic Sound and stuff for like, background music here and there, but like nothing beats like using like a banging ass song like Mac Miller,
TikTok, whatever,
stuff. I figured like the long term is where I'll make my money if I actually when I actually build a fan base that I can monetize in that sense.
Yeah. Oh, that talking about monetization, money is like a big thing with like creating content on the internet, you know. I saw you uploading what was it, to Black Box, or what was it, and you got some passive income selling stock footage.
Oh yeah, stock footage. So all my drone footage I put on Pond 5, I think it's called.
Pond 5.
Yeah, they give you the biggest split or something like that.
Hell yeah.
So I make like a couple $100 like a month just selling stock. I mean, it's sitting on my computer anyway, so I might as well just upload it. But I actually saw a couple of my clips in what was that show they just dropped on Amazon? It was like a lesbian community thing. The Tampa Bays. Tampa Bays is what it's called. A couple of my drone shots are in there. I saw that. I was like, yeah, let's go, everybody.
No, that's dope as hell, you know? Like, it's really hard to get drone footage. I'm kind of terrified about drone footage, you know? It's like the FAA, whatever, is like, oh, you flew at night. I have friends who posting night drone footage on LinkedIn. Hey, I flew my drone at night through downtown Tampa. I'm like, you did what? You post that on LinkedIn, you know? Like, you can get sued for that shit because, like, it's technically illegal, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, it's with the drone license and stuff, commercially flying and stuff.
Well, if you're doing it commercially, I mean, recreational-wise, you can
Yeah. So that's, like, one of the things where I'm, like, terrified. So that's why I don't want to touch it. I'm like, I want to do everything, like, super legal, but then it's there also, like, the thing with, like, the whole TikTok thing. You can use a copyrighted song, get away with it. Yeah, so and there's, like, the line. What is your line?
Well, I mean, I'm licensed. I got my Part 107, so commercially wise, like real estate and stuff, I'm fine.
But like with music, like you know what I mean? Like, would you let's say you know the song is copyrighted, would you use it or not? Kind of.
Yeah, I use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not making any money off my videos. If anything, like I said, I just want to build the initial fan base, and then you know you can monetize merch, selling programs, whatever. Kind of. I mean, there's so many routes you could do once you have like that first 1,000 fans that'll really support you and buy whatever the you put out.
Like the 1 to 3% conversion rate or whatever they call it. You know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, that's one of the goals by me too. So what is your long-term goal? Like having like that following and monetize it? That's kind of what I'm hearing.
Yeah, build a cool ass TV show in a sense that people support and love, and just
I like that. I like that. It's kind of like what I have in my mind. I'm like, I want to have this passive YouTube income and then sustain myself, kind of, you know. And that's like why I'm doing YouTube. But then I'm getting like, what is my niche?
That's the fun question too, right? I feel like that's the problem everybody has on YouTube. Like, how do I find, like, once you break out, you could like do whatever. It's like, how do you get that initial start to really just be big?
And now I'm like, you know, I'm torn in between like, what you love, what is your, you know, love niche, you know, and what you kind of like, and then there's the work aspect. Should we do just work and not care about that, or, you know, it's a big conundrum of mine.
I would say, I mean, you definitely have to find balance. Yeah. Because I know there's big YouTubers that do stuff they don't like to do. Yeah. And then they do have their creative projects, but And then I also saw a tweet, I think from Russ. He's like, do what you love, not what you think's gonna work. Yeah. Because like at the end of the day, he kind of stayed true to himself, and he just made what he believed in.
That's what I feel about you. Like, you're posting like your vlogs and everything. I'm just like, yeah, he doesn't care. You know, he's just putting out the grind, and I'm like, I admire that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, and pretty much. I mean, I try to do some things like direction wise, like try to grab views, but for the most part, I just kind of go out and film and make whatever kind of comes out of it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's like my problem. I'm just like, I'm getting like, ADHD is a big one for me, you know, so I'm like getting sidetracked. Too many side projects. Then I do this. And like, oh, now I'm from gear to reviews to vlogs to reviews to podcasts. And now I'm like, okay, screw it. I separate the content, and like, do you have to separate everything? That's like where I'm at right now. So I'm like trying to put everything in boxes and then go from there, because like it seems to be better, I guess.
Now, your podcast, do you have like a separate thing?
So I have in the beginning, I started on the main channel because I was like, okay, this could be just like a show on the vlog, you know, like we said, like it's a TV show, you know, your YouTube channel can be a TV channel where you have different segments. Like Mondays is podcast days and Tuesdays is review day. You could do that, or you could be like, then I did too many podcasts in a row, and I'm like, okay, I can't. Now I've flooded the channel with like podcasts, and the algorithm does not know this is a podcast. It's like something else. So I'm like, okay, I made a new channel, and it's on Spotify and Anchor and all that jazz. So I'm like, I'm doing that to meet people, but I split it off.
Yeah, I'd probably separate podcasts from it, but as far as like any other video stuff, I just kind of probably keep it all on one channel.
Yeah, so that's like one of the dilemmas I face, kind of. So I'm like, I want to experiment, you know, because then you learn the most. But it's also like then people get confused what you do, you know.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, I don't have a big following, so it's like I could do whatever until something actually like works. Like just throwing shit at a wall until something works. You know what I mean? And then once that takes off, that gives you an idea of like, okay,
but I mean, it kind of works already. You know what I mean? When you go onto, like, let's say Instagram, and you go onto the reels, and then you see the views and everything. It's a sustainable amount that you have there, like a couple thousand views per TikTok or reel or whatever.
The reels would do well.
Yeah, so it's just like there needs to be a call to action. Buy this shit. You know, like buy a mug, create before consume.
I dig it.
Yeah, stuff like that
too.
Yeah, it's a fine mug. It's not enough coffee.
Fine mug. You guys should buy this mug.
Or you should get mugged.
Don't get mugged. He's gonna
buy a mug.
He's gonna mug you if you don't buy a mug.
And the struggle is real. Yeah, but stuff like that, you know. Have you experimented with like merch already, or not at all?
I always wanted to. I created like a couple hats.
Okay.
I wear the hat. No, I haven't really tried selling anything yet. I don't know. I just feel like at this point, it's like I don't have a lot of people to sell to. I mean, I don't know. It's and it's a lot of work too. It's a lot of work.
You never know.
I know. I could create some reel and it just take off, and then everyone buys it.
And like I had that where I'm like, I have like a German YouTube channel where I'm like, did a full face goggle review, and after I learned like the SEO part about YouTube, I knew if I make this video at this time and have those keywords, because they're kind of trending right now, it will blow up. 60,000 views. I signed up with Amazon affiliate, you know, where you get basically 4 till 10% of whatever people buy in 24 hours after you click the link, you know. Signed up with that, got my first couple sales, and that video was nearly making me like 10 grand, you know, just because like it was a full face goggle diving mask, and they were $100 at that time, you know. You could buy them at Best Buy, whatever. It got 60,000 views, blew up, you know. I'm like, oh, I'm not approved for Amazon affiliate. They let you sign up with that link, and then you get put in a review, and you need a website, and if you don't have a website, then you don't get approved. But if you have a big enough social media account, you get approved, and you don't need a website.
I'm a part of the Amazon affiliate thing.
And you should do. Are you?
Yeah. I mean, you just put the links in.
Yeah. You put the link. But you if you make sales, and you know, then you get reviewed after a half year, and then you get denied or not. And then I got denied because I signed up with an empty website. I have the newforeigner.com, and there was no content on there, nothing. And I'm like, because I can't write, I'm foreign, you know. So I'm like, that's why I'm doing video. And I'm like, oh, so all those views and that stuff goes into nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. So now I need to reach a bigger following, so I can just sign up with a regular account without having like a blog, you know. That's me.
Damn, those son of bitches.
Yeah. They snatched my money, and I'm just like, you know, promoting them and everything. It's just like,
Jeff Bezos, you greedy motherfucker.
Tell.
Fucking greedy motherfucker, Jeff Bezos.
Gotta share some love with me.
Yeah, I'm saying, man. Come on. I mean, the people is what creates your whole thing.
Yeah. So, talking about monetization, money, is there any other things you do? Like you do the stock photos, you do, or videos? And you said Amazon affiliate, you experimented a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had much luck with that yet. I haven't had really a blown up video to like. I mean, I don't really review a lot of stuff. I mean,
maybe you should. I'm like, I can show you how I do like the SEO, and I know if I can rank first page for a term. Like I just know, like it's really easy. It's like kind of like poker, you know. If you have a good hand and you have 3 similar things, you know, it's just like, oh, title, description, tags, and then actually say it in the video. So the videos were revolving around the tags. Because the algorithm will realize, oh, it's actually about the title, and the description is accurate because they read the description and try to get you a viewer who's interested in that. And if the tags are matching too, and you talk in the video about that thing, you just like first page, and you beat every other video that does not do all 4 or 5 things. So it's like no subscribers, you can be first page for whatever. What most people don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like one of the things where I'm like, oh, and you can get sponsored deals too from that. I can show you like an email where I get from the camera brand iFootage. They reached out because if you type in iFootage C120, first video is mine. Even though I have no subscribers, you know?
Yeah.
And that's my problem. I want to have subscribers, not views.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry.
That's you gotta show me that stuff.
Yeah, I will in a moment. Like after we were, are you on a time limit or anything? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm done for that. I did all my shoots. So
Cool.
Chilling like a villain.
Yeah, so then I can show you later on YouTube, you know, how it works, or what I know, because it's not that complicated, but people don't think about it and don't do it.
Right.
But if you manage to make the video for the search term, like first search term, then you make the video for the search term. That's how you have to structure it. That's at least how I see it. But yeah, it's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah, so most people do like, oh, I have a cool video. What are the tags that I put on there? And then the tags are not matching the video, and then the description does not match, like whatever, you know. It's like, it's a bummer.
It's a bummer. All that work for nothing.
Exactly. You don't know how many people I know put like a shit ton of time in there, and they're just like, how long is a video of yours? Like editing, shooting, everything.
It depends on the project.
I'm just saying a random number for like a vlog.
For a vlog, it probably takes me like 2 or 3 hours to edit a vlog.
That's fast.
Yeah, if I'm like focused.
Yeah, but let's say a long vlog when you're like, okay, I want to make this a polished piece, you know, it can be like 6-8 hours or more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
especially how much footage I have to look over and everything.
Yeah, all that jazz. So it's like kind of crazy, and then you upload a video of the end.
Yeah,
you regret life.
yeah. No, 100%. It's insane. It's like you'll see even on Reels, you'll see ones that are like someone filmed it with their phone.
It seems like
blowing the fuck up, and then you do it with your $6,000 camera, and it's
risking life, being on the water, whatever. It's like 20 views.
Nice. I mean, what I've noticed with Reels and everything, it's really about what song you pick.
Yeah, that's a big one. Like Reels are like. I did some experiments with Reels, and it seems like, okay, it doesn't really matter if you like make a fancy edit. It's probably better to just like make reel till the hype train is over, because like everybody's on I call it the death scrolling. You know, you sit on the phone. And you kind of want to just feed it, and everything else they don't want to show. It's not like that they want to show you like a cool YouTube video anymore. It's like, no, go check out shorts.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's attention spans dwindling down.
Yeah, so that's what is your social media addiction like? Or do you have an addiction with it, or you feel like you dial down and it's just like, I have maybe 3 hours or whatever, or 1 hour, I don't know.
Damn, how long do you spend on Instagram or something?
Well, I put like, you have an iPhone? Yeah, so I have 3 hours.
3 hours a day?
Yeah, and then there's TikTok.
Damn, I would say 3 hours is like the max I'll do on a day, but
show me that. I want to see that.
I try to limit. I mean, I'm on my phone a lot.
Yeah, so I limit my shit, and I had that one day I had 10 hours on the phone. I'm like, what? I'm spending 10 hours on the phone, and I chat a lot, you know.
If you want to look at whatever
Instagram. Oh, damn. Okay, you did good.
That's today so far, but
you're hanging out more on Google Maps.
I've been driving around all day.
I'm just like, yeah, so I had my girl like basically putting a lock on it like after 1.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, don't get off your phone.
Get off your phone. Do something.
Go outside.
Create before you consume.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
No, I mean, there's days it's like, you know, you don't want to edit it. You're kind of sitting there and you sit on your phone, you're just like, all right, kill some time, and then you're like, oh shit, I haven't done anything. Then you gotta go to bed, redo it all tomorrow. But
and you don't feel good afterwards, you know? Like
no. Not at all.
I like that feeling, like when you're like, you did something productive, like you edit like a cool video and you're like, oh yeah, did it, uploaded my piece, I did my part for today, just self-fulfilling part, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyhow, oh god, now I'm blanking out.
I tricked him.
Talking about like the feeling productive and stuff like that, what are the things that make you feel good? Obviously probably creating too, or is there anything that you have to hit on a day that you're like, okay, this was a banger day?
Just being productive. I feel like I get stuff done because I'll write down tasks I have to do every night before I go to bed. I'll write down what tasks I need to do tomorrow. Ooh. So I have my little sky. I try to stay as organized as possible. So like all my shoots and everything, they get booked on my website, and then it auto populates my Google Calendar. So like I don't have to like talk to people or anything. They just go on there, they book what they need done, and then I can show up.
That's smooth.
100%. Yeah. My web guy. My web guy made that for me. It changed my life.
Who's the web guy? Give him a shout out.
Sean Wicker. He lives in Texas. Good Christian man. My dad likes to call him my long lost brother because he has a long beard like me too. So, but yeah, he like how I have it separated is like Grand One Photos, like the real estate side of everything, and then Grand World Studios is like my creative side with music videos, weddings, whatever. So when you have a specific niche, especially photography, I would say real estate and weddings are your two biggest niches where you need, because it's an investment for them to sell that property. Yeah. And like good photos goes a long way. It's better than someone taking it with their iPhone. Like these houses will sell like a week or less when you have good photos. So like talking with real estate agents, they're all like middle-aged people. So technology is a challenge for these people. So, and it's like, it's always back and forth. They'll call me like, hey, are you available then? And I'll be like, yeah. And then they'll talk to the buyer or the seller and they'll be like, are you available then? And they say no. And that's really, this way it just completely cuts it out. They just go to my website, they talk to their seller, what time works for them, they go online, they book it, boom. Don't have to talk to them. It's great. Yeah, the future is weird. Everything is like automated. Automation's the key. If you can automate everything, that's how you can make money while you do nothing. Yeah, this is kind of where I'm like, okay, I like having multiple bank accounts and stuff like that, so I can just throw money there and I don't think about it. It's recurring, and then I was like, oh, don't think about it, but I'm saving. So it's like that's one set of automation. But I'm just like with the podcast, for example, I'm like I could record everything like in the best quality ever, but now I'm OBS and everything is just like one file. And it's baked into to each other, and I don't have to edit it, so it's a good part. But yeah, that's like where I have to automate my content creation a little bit. But I'm experimenting with it. Any other cool tips like that? Because I'm like that's banging. Any other cool tips? Like you use Honeybook or any shenanigans like that, or Honeybook? What's Honeybook? That's like for clients. Like if you don't have your cool setup that you have, you can pay like $10 a month or whatever, and you book your clients over that, and it reminds them, sends invoices, stuff like that. Okay. As far as my accounting, use QuickBooks. QuickBooks? Yeah, I think they work together too. Like Honeybook and QuickBooks? Yeah, so you can put everything together and it's like nice. The future is weird. Yeah, technology. Web 3.0 is on the way. Soon we'll be living in a fucking matrix. Oh yeah. I have played already with it a little bit. If you want to play later, I can show you some stuff, what I did. Yeah, you gotta show me some stuff on that. I've never used the goggles before. Never? Oh, no, wait. When we were in Vegas, we went to this, I think it's Area 15 or something. It's like... No, not 51, 15? Yeah. So it's like... It's one. It's this big pyramid thing, and there's like neon art inside, and they had a VR place in there. So we actually played a VR game. Yeah. We had like things on our hands. We had a gun, full goggles tracking. On. Yeah, chest, full tracking. So we're running around like in this space, like... Playing it was pretty cool. That was like the first real like VR experience I ever had. Was it good graphics, or how was the graphics? It was decent. It wasn't like super lifelike or anything. It was like I would say like maybe like Halo 2 kind of graphics. Yeah, it's still doable if you're like you felt motion sick or anything, or just like whatever. No, it was good. Okay, I hear that some people have it. I don't, but I have it a little bit. Like if I wear my headset too long, and I'm like just like this feels a little bit odd. You ever see those videos of the people like they live in it for like a day or two?
It's getting recommended. I have not watched it.
I just see it.
I saw a guy like living in Fortnite for 24 hours. That's the only one but I don't know.
Fortnite, oh man.
Yeah, I'm just like, what?
I feel like I do Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft is cool. Yeah. Any other games you like besides like
FIFA?
Ooh, soccer.
Big soccer guy, big football guy.
Yeah. What made you actually go into like video and stuff like that?
Video?
Yeah.
Like I said before, like my friends were all, actually, I mean, if you think about it, a long time ago.
Yeah, first video kind of sort of.
First video. I started making videos when I was like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
At the time, people were doing like a lot of like iPod Touch review kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I got into that space. So I was young. I was like, oh, I want to get free cases and stuff. That'd be cool. Yeah. And I actually did. I worked a couple brand deals with a couple people. I'm like, hell yeah, 12, 13, you know.
Big business, man.
Yeah, I'm getting some free product to review. I did that for a bit. And then soccer was always like my true passion growing up. Like that, my dream when I was younger, be a professional player. That was like,
nice.
I trained days and everything. Yeah. Eventually got to a point. I mean, I went to college to play, just didn't work out. I came back to Florida. And that's when I was kind of like, all right, well, I need to find a new
hobby.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, my friends are all getting into streaming, so I'm just gonna start making YouTube videos again.
Yeah, I know some streamers like the Anthony. Anthony, a little shout out. He streams like Fortnite gaming. You know, he has a decent following, like 2K or 3K something. Mm-hmm. You know, he pulls like 400 viewers a month stream on YouTube, which is really cool because you can edit your stream on YouTube. Mm-hmm. You know, after you stream, you're like, oh, this is slow and boring. Cut it out. Yeah, and Twitch, you can't do that. So, but yeah, he also does like music videos and stuff like that. He's a really cool guy. But yeah,
you said his name's Anthony.
Anthony McPlace, or that's his
place. Yeah, he's a local person.
Yeah, he's local. Like I know a bunch of local. I just met what was his name? McAaron or something, and it's his YouTube channel is Your Daily Driver or your driver. It makes vape reviews.
Vape reviews?
Yeah.
what a niche to get into, man.
I'm just like, I don't know how I would feel about it, but
yeah, my lungs would be fried. I feel like testing so many different vapes.
Yeah, but he's making good money with it. Like,
I bet it's a big industry.
It is a big industry, and it's hard to advertise. So it's like,
yeah, man, that's smart. Good for him.
It's smart. I'm like, okay. Yeah. By the way, you got to be on here.
yeah.
So that's one of the people. Oh, yeah, but everybody has like that, you know, creative side hustles, kind of. You know, what I find is kind of cool. And I don't really, you know, in America, is like everybody's judging, like how much you make a month, you know, or what is your income, blah, 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 what is your job. And I really like hearing, what is your hustle? You know, like your passion hustle, you know. Yeah. What is your criteria? Well, kind of judging people, or I don't know. You have something like that?
I'm not a judgmental person, to be honest with you. I mean, if you bring good vibes, that's all that matters. Like, if you're a good person,
hell yeah.
Yeah, man. I mean, as long as you don't like, make fun of me or something. I don't know.
No, that's not what I mean. But I'm you know, foreign, so it's like kind of hard to describe. I'm just like, you know, everybody's characterizing here in America so far, and it's just like you're getting like kind of boxed into stuff, and I kind of don't like that. And it's like, you know, if you're not ultra successful, people's like, why would I even listen to you? Kind of, you know, and it's just like
people don't want to be around.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, who you surround yourself with is everything. Good so like, your network is your net worth. Yeah. So be around, you know, people that have been in the same situation as you, that know what it's like to come up like this and do all that stuff. They understand. So, I mean, those are the most accepting people.
That's some feel good stuff. I like hearing that.
Yeah,
I like hearing that.
No, I'm a positive guy.
I like hearing that.
Much depressing music that I listen to. I'm a very positive guy. I keep it real.
Yeah, gotta be real, because in the end it all comes around. You know, it's like if you pretend to be something that you're not, it's like, oh my god. You know,
you gotta be you.
It backfires.
Yeah, I mean, Gary Vee, another example. He's be you.
Be you. Yeah, I got here his latest Kian. I don't know if you know Kenobi Media, but he gave me his last book because he bought like 12 of them or whatever. He gave them away for free. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
But he got an NFT for it, so it's like, that brilliant moves right there. I'm just like, what? I did not even hear about it. And he's like, yeah, I got an NFT or whatever from it. And I'm like, okay, this is great. And I got a book from it, and I kind of read it, but this Gary Vee book is not as I like the old books better. Let's put it that way, because they're more actionable and more like, you know, oh, you got to do this, throat punch, and there you go, you know. And this is more like the mindset with like you have to be caring, and what is also really really big about it, but it just feels too general, not really actionable advice. You know what I mean?
I actually haven't read any of his books. None.
I really recommend the Jab and the other one. I forgot all the names.
Slipped the mind.
Yeah, slipped the mind. But he's like, oh yeah, you got to do podcasts, and that was like, how many years ago? It was 3-4 years ago, and you know, now everybody has a podcast, including me. But it's a nice piece of content that you can slice into tiny pieces.
Best podcast in the world.
Yeah. Yeah,
it is. Don't sleep on it.
Yeah. But basically that's like the it's not the podcast, it's what the snippets, you know, it's free content. It's and a real alpha podcast, you know, everybody is watching that stuff. It's weird, you know. A
lot of people recycle a lot of their material.
Yeah.
So like like I said, I mean, I do it on all the platforms. Yeah. Reels, TikToks, whatever. It's all recycled content. Like I'll take clips from like YouTube videos and make a reel out of it, to help promote the YouTube video, you know.
I think that is like a big thing where people are sleeping on, you know, like the vlogs, you know, the 10-minute vlogs, 30-second vlogs.
Yeah.
Or a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's possible, but I'm just like imagining it. That would be hyper interesting, kind of, I think.
I've seen some people do it. They don't really talk in it. It's almost like like a brief thing of what they've done, like shots throughout their day, and they make a vlog out of it. I've seen a couple reels like that.
I actually have to play with that. That would be cool. I want to see how that performs.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that too. I'll make like a...
Yeah, let's make a challenge.
I'm game. I'm open to whatever.
A day in a Grande's world versus a day in a Fitz world.
The Fitz world, yeah.
There's a bunch of world here.
Yeah, everything's German.
Wiener Würstchen.
Oh boy.
Breakfast.
Is that what that means?
I don't know. No, it's like sausages.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, you said Wiener Schnitzel. Okay.
Yeah, well, we all have sausages called wieners.
Wieners.
Yeah, the more you know.
So how long have you been in Florida then?
4 years.
4 years? Yeah. And how long you were in Germany?
My whole life.
How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 33. I'm getting old.
33. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And have you always, like, when you first moved to the States, was it Florida first, or were you?
No. So here's my story. I thought my whole life my dad is dead, but apparently he's alive, and the government just told me he's dead or on disability. He was on disability. Never heard about him. Never knew about him. So I never missed him. And then 10 years ago, he calls me. I'm your father. I'm like, what?
Wow.
And I have a bunch of family here, and never knew about them. Never. Like they're in Columbus, you know. So first year Columbus, meeting my dad, my half sister, my cousins, and I'm like, this is weird. I have family, you know.
Crazy.
Yeah. So I basically grew up without family, and it's kind of weird for me. So I basically have to learn how to be like, learning to, you know, the family thing. What is weird for me, you know. So I'm like, I gotta get normal somehow, you know. And it's like that's where I'm a little bit off, but I'm like. Gotta.
You don't want to be normal.
I kind of.
Normal's boring.
Normal's boring.
Just be yourself.
Yeah. So basically, and then I had a trip with my dad to Florida, you know, and I'm like, oh, this is nice. This is real nice.
I want to move to Florida.
Yeah. And then after like having a vacation for a month in Hawaii, I'm like, okay, let's move to Hawaii or Florida because Florida is a budget version.
Hawaii's got to be pretty dope. I've never been to Hawaii.
Yeah. What are your travel excursions?
So, born in Florida, I lived in Canada for a bit.
Cool. That's cold, but it's cool.
6. Toronto. I didn't live in Toronto. I lived about like an hour from Toronto. But, well, as far as travel-wise goes, I've been to Blue Ridge, Georgia. I've been to Las Vegas. I've been, you know, through Canada, Toronto, all that kind of stuff. New York City, been there a couple times. Mostly East Coast stuff. I'm actually going to Mexico for the first time the end of this month.
Sounds so. Oh, my other buddy's going there too.
Yeah, I got one of my homies reached out to me. He said, "Hey, we're doing this event. Like they're speaking at this event. This whole like self-development excursion kind of thing in Mexico." He's like, "Do you want to come? We'll cover everything. Just filmed a couple things for us." And I was like, "Hell yeah! I mean, I'm just going to Mexico, man." So. Got a free trip to Mexico.
That's dope, dude.
Just for meet the right people, have a be able to provide value in some sense to those people, and it'll open a lot of doors for you.
Yeah. How do you feel like some people are like, okay, gotta charge, that's like also like a thing, like some things you do for the money, some things you do for the experience, and some things you do for the friends. And it's like kind of a hard thing to balance, like should I do this event now, for example, or should I be charged for that and get thrown out? That's like also weird, but I guess they're friends, so it's like a different thing. But in general, how would you deal with that?
If they're closer people to me, I usually give them a discount here and there. But if it's an intensive job, I gotta make my living,
Yeah.
So
because I think that's a tough line to walk, giving work for free away, and then you're like, change this, change that, do this, do that, and and then getting used, and then like,
can be a headache sometimes, especially if you got someone that's like really.
But that Mexico event sounds like great. Like that's fire. So what is the networking event? You want to give a shout out?
And shout out to the networking. I forget what it's called. I think Charlie Rocket's going to be there speaking.
Don't know.
He's another big account. I don't know. I don't really watch much of his content. I've heard of his name before. One of my buddies, Typical Tom. I don't know if you know who he is, but
Mosey Nation, Alex, Harmony. He's blowing kind of up right now.
I don't know.
Apparently, like he owns like a big company that promotes gyms and stuff like that, and teaches them how to make money with their gyms. And it's like really inspiring, and like a lot of like little things you can learn from it, a lot of nuggets. And I'm like, damn, I'm like binge watching his content. I'm like, okay, gotta change this, gotta adapt that.
Yeah, man, all the information's out there. You just gotta find it.
It's kind of like the Google thing, Some people sometimes you're like, "What should I do?" No, it's already out there. You just have to Google it.
Yeah, right. Search the internet. School's useless these days.
The answer probably for each math problem is already written out there. You don't even have to put it in a calculator, which is like kind of weird because it's always the same questions. Yeah. But anyhow, I think is there anything else we should hear or know about you?
Go subscribe to my YouTube channel.
And the TikTok? Insta? I don't know.
Yeah, it's all the same stuff. Christian Del Grande, just look it up. You'll find it.
I think Instagram was put the 10 on the end.
Yeah, Del Grande 10.
Yeah, but we put it in the comments down below. Also, if you have questions for future podcasts or typical questions I should ask, comment down below. What would you like to know about your favorite creator or your favorite creator? Just comment down below, and so I have some questions that are from you. Or if you know somebody who should be on here, please let me know. Do you have anybody I should put on here that
I can recommend some people to you?
Yeah, but anyhow, it's up to you. But thanks for watching, and see you in another one.